Hi, welcome to Market Alert for Friday, Good Friday, the 10th of April. Well, there's a lot to get through today. I have to say I've never seen so many announcements as yesterday, which you'll see later on in the Market Alert, from the Fed, from the Bank of England. It's all kicking off now. But yesterday, gold soars along with everything else as Fed ends capital markets. There is an expression that says that the central banks are basically creating socialism for the rich and capitalism for the poor. I'm going to get into politics, but you can see exactly what's going on here. Like I say, huge amount to get through, but let's start off with the unemployment figures or jobless claims for yesterday. So at 1:30 the figures came out. We can see they came out at 6.6, similar to the week before, way off the 5 million that was predicted there. And then, of course, the market's reaction is to be expected. It's a 1 minute chart just to show you the reaction there. And you can see prices just moved to the upside by several hundred points in the Dow. And again, I just came back to double check. Also have a look at the graph there. And you can see how they've been so wrong with the forecasts, and next week I would expect to be in the same ballpark as well. So there you go, that was the market's reaction to it. The market pulled back a bit and then it continued to move to the upside, and you'll see there, this is the 5 minute chart, and the market just continued higher all the way through. And it wasn't just the jobless claims that created this, because obviously that's bad news. But there is no bad news anymore because the Fed just keeps underpinning everything, which you'll see later on. We did have a bit of a pullback to the 200 MA before the close, but then again they managed to rally the market off this as we go into the Easter weekend. In the weekly chart, we sailed to the 62% retracement, which we looked at yesterday. The market went through this and then managed to come back. But the Fed is monetizing everything at the moment, and it makes no difference to the markets, as you'll see here now. I mean, our world is changed forever. Bretton Woods is now on a ventilator. If you want to know more about Bretton Woods, have a look at the end of the Financial Road videos that I did. It's in the first one. This is just it. Honestly, once you understand all of this stuff and you understand the history, what we're seeing here is really unprecedented. A word that's become a bit cliched over the last few weeks with what's going on, but really in the financial markets, this is something you've never seen before. Fed unveils new bailout program. I've lost track. I have lost track of what programs they have running. It's just the bailouts just keep coming thick and fast. I genuinely have lost track, and this weekend, if I get 5 minutes, I'm going to sit and try and work out how many programs they've got running to try and shore up the economy, which is going to fail miserably. That's the reality. It's going to fail. So yesterday, this is what sent the markets to the upside. The new bailout program to provide up to 2.3 trillion. This is loans. So what they're going to do is use the fractional reserve system on this one. Up to 2.3 trillion. So this could be going to trillions and trillions. Powell tells Word there's really no limit on what the Fed can do. Too right? Absolutely. When you can actually create fresh air with a computer program, you can do absolutely anything. The Fed foray into high yield sparks biggest junk bond spike. They're now buying junk bonds. The only thing they're not buying at the moment is equities, but they will be shortly. The Fed and Treasury have now merged. Very interesting on this one. Very, very interesting. Does Trump think that he can ram the stock market to 40,000 despite what the fair value might say? Well, and he will demand the Fed print the mother of all bubbles to get re-elected. What have I been saying for the last 12 months or more? Anything to get the markets back to the upside. We've already seen that one. Gold knows there are no temporary measures, just permanent lies. Hold that thought. The day the Fed nationalised the bond market, this is all from yesterday. This is all from yesterday. What else have we got? Insanity. The US enters a depression. Stocks are now at the most overvalued ever. And as we just saw, they'll do anything to print money to ramp them back up. Free markets are dead, absolutely. Fed starts buying junk bonds, high yield ETFs. And like I say, it's not long before they'll be buying stocks, the same as Japan did. But if we come back to here, we're talking about Treasury taking over the Fed in the UK. UK unleashes helicopter money in historic move. Bank of England becomes first central bank to openly monetize deficit. This is a brilliant article, well worth a read as well. I haven't got time to go into it here. But basically, the Bank of England are now using an archaic rule that they have where they can actually not go to the bond market, the secondary market, to borrow money. They are borrowing direct. Now, the government borrowed direct from the Bank of England, circumventing the bond market, which again, as we just saw, if I can find it, there's so many things here. Yeah, this is what I meant, hold the thought, because there are no temporary measures, just permanent lies. And in the article that the FT wrote about this yesterday, they said, when asked how much they were going to print, they said they wouldn't disclose it. So make of it what you wish, but we have reached the point, we're certainly the tipping point, and I think we're heading into the insanity phase of the end of the financial road. And hyperinflation is the only thing that is left. Okay, that will do it for this one. Enjoy your Easter weekend break, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.